It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC East. It's the Bills and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night primetime.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Buffalo Bills. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
And we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
And what was really attractive about Zach Wilson coming out of college, coming out of BYU, his ability to create and make plays when many people thought they didn't exist. But what's been even better is watch him improve in the pocket, able to hit the back foot, make the right read, and the right throws.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Here's Wilson to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. It's a big play there on 3rd down. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
And the final number on next-gen stats, how about this? 71 yards through the air. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup there on the run.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Carter. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down. It's Carter, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Michael Carter, fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Barons are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run. Now following the touchdown, Hofrichter to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Dancing to his left. Uncorks one for Davis. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st.
Punter Sterling Hofrichter out now on 4th down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. Singletary loses it.
And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge, a successful one.
That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Elijah Moore.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
That's good. 4 on 1 play.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time on the catch and run.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. It's caught by Davis.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5.
Let's go. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Here's a give to Carter.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Devontae Adams there to make the grab. And the Barons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. That time, a 9-play drive. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Singletary to get the drive started. They juked him, and he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Allen off the bootleg. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A give, Singletary right side. A solid stiff arm. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the counter, this is Singletary. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. To throw, it's Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
Allen's throw here into the hands of Jones. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Singletary is in. Touchdown, Bills.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
14, Bills 7.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're...
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play there.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
They'll run with Carter.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Michael Carter
With his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Barons add 6 to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was Michael Carter who finished it all off with a touchdown run. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This taken in at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. They'll give this to Singletary running right. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To the air, Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Allen going to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And some space here. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Allen off the play fake. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. And the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. A huge win defensively there on the sack, setting him back 12 yards. And now 3rd and goal.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And the pressure gets to him again. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
On 2nd down now, it's Carter. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
A 7-yard gain. That's good.
On 1st down, right back to Carter.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Carter will try the right side.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs.
They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. From the 25 on 2nd down, Allen looking sideline, incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
I mean, you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
60 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen. Complete to Jones. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play here for Buffalo.
So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything that they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And you can see in the next-gen stats, that one 62 yards in the air.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
John Franklin Myers.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
To try again after the sack. Allen.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown.
Dawson Knox there to make the grab. And the Bills have cut it to within a score.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
21, Bills 17.
So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as he'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. He's been really good in the yardage category, yet to hit the end zone, however.
A minor blemish against him right now because the work he's doing catching the ball, in some ways he's helping serve as good ball control because the big plays that he's making have really helped out his team.
Absolutely. They're winning on the scoreboard here in quarter number 2. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands. We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now Sean McDermott is going to throw out the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Sterling operator in formation.
A good call there by Sean McDermott to throw the flag.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week one. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. To throw again on second down. Allen finding Knox there, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Previous
I
play is
believe
under
that
review.
is down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Pick 6, baby. Let's get this all day. They'll take over first.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Pass incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bills have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the...
And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
A.J. Epinesa able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Carter.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Allen. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
John Franklin Myers able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Well, the Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. .39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll square off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Lots to look forward to in the late afternoon window as well, one being a late start in Foxborough, where it'll be the Patriots taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Right back to Singletary on second down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now Allen. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. This one caught by Davis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Singletary again. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Wilson on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And this is intercepted, but they'll... Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. So give him 3 on that drive. And, you know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, our field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go right back to Singletary. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You get hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
13 yards on the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Carter once more.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. To throw is Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away.
The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there.
And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight.
Dances by him. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. So far, solid, and we're still in the 3rd quarter.
There's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
He'll try to make it more here on this drive.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Wilson. And that's complete to Adams. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
Here's Wilson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands. 1st and 10.
The Bills ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now they'll try again on second down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. They've got his man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 79 yards. And the Bills on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Draw play, Carter.
Stiff-armed him. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Carter.
Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. They will find Davis. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Now Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rose. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 5.
There's Wilson to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Carter.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now Matthews couldn't really tell what happened there defensively, but he's still down. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Ed Oliver, that time, the one to get in there and bring him down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and that'll be incomplete.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
From the shotgun, Wilson letting one go deep for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. But I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied. But, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got...
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
John Franklin Myers able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. to the air. Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen to throw it. Caught by Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now a run with Singletary. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. From the gun, it's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play. Wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start on the ground. Carter, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Ed Oliver, his 2nd sack of the night.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
A handoff for Carter.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line.
140 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Rose. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson fighting and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Ed Oliver bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Allen now looks to throw. Finding Knox there, complete. Call it a gain 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. On the give, this is Singletary. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Now Carter to start the drive.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 118 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Carter.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Wilson. Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. They'll run on first down with Singletary.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Right back to Singletary on second down.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Let's go.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. On second down, here's a run with Singletary.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it was just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Bills, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.